Welcome back to Tom's Life. Today's Christmas special is tomato and red pepper soup. The ingredients you need are 2 red peppers, tomatoes, 2 tins of chopped tomatoes, a bunch of chives, 1 onion, some brown sugar, apple cider vinegar, salt and ground black pepper. The first step to do is to prep all your ingredients. I'm going to start off with the onion. I would just like to say a big thank you for hitting the 200 subscribers, and don't forget to keep liking, sharing and subscribing to my videos. Now we're going to start doing the prep. First step to do is to prep your onion. You're going to first top off your ends. I'm using my sharp knife. So I have chopped off my end, and now I like to flatten it so it's more easy to chop. And you chop the other ends off. And you want to peel 2 layers of the skin. Next step, after when you have peeled and chopped your ends off your onion, you first want to finely slice it. Then you want to bring it together. And you want to finely dice it into little pieces. Just like that. Once you have done that, you're going to place it in your little mixing bowl. And then you do the rest of your onion. Next step is to prep your chives. You first want to finely slice them into little pieces. Just move your knife. Always be careful with your fingers. And any little bits you've missed, bring them all back together and just give them a little chop. And once you've done that, you're going to place your chives in with your onions, and then you do the rest of your chives. Next step is to prep your peppers. You first want to chop the head off, and you want to take out all the seeds. Give a little tap on your chopping board, and you want to get any of the little white skin. And give it another little tap so all them seeds come out. Once you have de-seeded your pepper, you just want to chop it into chunks like that. Then you chop your other half. You first chop it in half, half again, and then you bring it together and you want to just chop it into 3. Don't worry if you got big chunks, because we're going to blend this anyway, so it'll be a nice smooth soup. I'll show you again how I did that. So you first chop it in half, you bring them together, and once you've got nice pieces all like that, you want to place them in your mixing bowl and do your other pepper. Next step is to prep your tomatoes. So you're going to take them out the bag, and you first want to chop them in half. flatten them so they don't move as you chop them again. And you just want to chop them in half using your sharp knife. Be careful you don't cut yourself. I'll show you again how I did that. So you first chop it in half and half again. But always be careful you don't cut yourself on your sharp knife. And you just keep doing them. You want to place them in your mixing bowl with your peppers. Next step is to open your tin of tinned tomatoes. You get the tin quarter and you pull it. And you must be careful you don't cut your fingers on the sharp blade. Give it a little twist and they'll come off. And then you put them to one side and you open your other tin. Next step is to switch on your hob. I'm switching on my hob. And you want to set it to high. Then you get your pan and you want to place it on the ring. Give that a minute or two before it heats up, before you start cooking. After when your pan is now heated up, you're going to add in your onion and chives. And you want to give that a little stir for a minute or two. So you can start smelling them when they go nice and brown. And they will give out nice flavour to the soup. So you just want to give these a good stir for maybe 2 to 3 minutes. Next step is to add in your tomatoes and red peppers to your mixing pan. You want to give these a good stir so they go nice and soft. You want to give them a little toss. Any of the little juice what in the tomatoes, they will give flavour to the onions. And you just want them to go nice and soften. So you want to give them a good cook for 3 to 5 minutes. And don't forget to get all the way around the pan. Next step is to add a little bit of apple cider vinegar. And you want to give that a little bit of a stir for a minute or two. So all the flavours marinade into each other. And you still want to soften your peppers and tomatoes. The apple cider vinegar will give it some flavour. And when you have blended it, after when you've added in your tomatoes, tinned tomatoes and your seasoning, if you think it's a bit bitter, you can add in a little bit of brown sugar. So we will do that later on when we have tasted it. So if you have seen the prawn cocktail, if you don't like prawn cocktail as a starter for Christmas dinner, and you want to make something for a vegetarian, you can make this. It's a tomato and red pepper soup. So you can make your choice what you want to have for Christmas for your starter. Next step is to add in your tinned tomatoes to your pan. And you want to give that a bit of a stir so it all comes binding together. keep stirring it to get all the way round. So after when you've added in your tinned tomatoes, you might want to taste it to see if you need to add in some brown sugar, if it's a bit bitter. So you want to add in a spoonful of brown sugar. And you want to give that a bit of a stir so the sugar is all mixed in and it has dissolved. Then you will have another taste, see if that's okay. Next step is to add in some seasoning. You want to add a good pinch of salt. And you also want to add in some ground black pepper. Leave it like that for a minute. And now you want to give it a good stir. When you have hand blended it, you will taste it and see where you need a bit more seasoning. So after when you give it a good stir, you're going to put it on simmer for 5 to 8 minutes. So once you have let it simmer, you want to bring it off the hob and get your hand blender and you want to blitz it so it goes nice and smooth. It will get a bit loud, so you want to blitz all the way around and get all the lumps out. So as you can see, after when you have blended it really smooth, this is what it should look like. And don't forget to press the like button, subscribe, share, and thank you. And Merry Christmas. Thanks for watching. Hit the like button if you like this video. Don't forget to subscribe. More videos coming soon.